Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, the G7 summit, or whatever it was, occurred in Hiroshima, Japan. And Zelensky was invited over there, brought over by via a French airplane. And over there, Lula, the president of Brazil, avoided to meet Zelensky. Well, I can only guess why. And you will see, I guess, I have two articles here, and one of them, I think, shows how arrogant Zelensky became, and how I think it just got to his head, thinking that he really is an important leader on this planet, which I think he's not. I think it's just a tool used, and it's interchangeable, or it could be changed. Another one can come and do the same thing as he does. But these guys are still using Zelensky, create his brand, and when they don't need Zelensky, it's going to be done, and they're going to bring someone else after Zelensky runs his course. So let's see the article here. Coming from, initially, this one is from Reuters, and Zelensky plays down not meeting Brazil's Lula at G7 summit, blames scheduling. So this is from May 21st, and the other one is Brazilian President da Silva avoided meeting with Zelensky at G7 summit in Japan. He avoided. I can only guess why. So let's go to the first article. When Zelensky plays down not meeting Brazil's Lula at G7 summit. And I'm going to tell you here what he said, what this guy said. Like, Brazil's Lula should be sorry that he didn't meet the great Zelensky. And I'm going to read you this right here. Asked if Zelensky was disappointed the meeting did not happen, he told a news conference he thought it was more of a disappointment for the Brazilian leader. And I think, I'm quoting, I think it disappointed him, he said, smirking and drawing laughs from idiot reporters. So, in his brain, in this guy's brain, he was the star. And the fact that Lula could not get tickets in time to see Elvis Presley, Lula should be disappointed. Why should Elvis be disappointed that Lula did not come and see him perform on the stage? You know what I mean? I think you know exactly what I mean. So this is Zelensky. Now, for those who think that Zelensky is a great leader, he's intelligent, courageous, and serious, I think you haven't been around the block at all. So anyway, or I don't know what else. I'm not gonna say more than that, because it's an impossibility to believe that this clown, you can't see through him. That's what you can be a clown. You can have this job before as a clown, and you can change, or you can being on a different position to act according to that position. That's not impossible whatsoever. It's I would say could happen. It's not something, oh my God, never seen that. No, but this guy right here, Zelensky, he's just a tool. He's just a tool. Well, if I didn't make my point so far in about, 5,000 videos I made or whatever, or the evidence is not clear to most people that, hey, this guy is actually just a farce, then I don't know. I mean, after all, a lot of people voted for a guy with cognitive impairments as the President of the United States of America. So what do you want? There's no surprise here. So that's the first article, and the other article, which is a little bit milder, is just, Brazilian President da Silva avoided meeting. Of course he avoided. What is he supposed to do? Da Silva refused. So let's see. While Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who also maintains a neutral position on Russia's war against Ukraine, agreed to meet with Zelensky, da Silva refused, citing a busy schedule. He didn't have anything to do with this guy. You know what I mean? During one of the meetings involving Zelensky, da Silva not only did not approach him, but also felt somewhat awkward being in the same room with him. The Brazilian president sat at a table, did not look up, and was busy with papers, as nearly every other world leader in the room sucked Zelensky's thing to exchange a few words. So yeah. If you don't show enough enthusiasm meeting Zelensky, you could be called a hater, I guess, or stupid or awkward or something like that. I think Lula doesn't want to play along. They all know. I mean, don't get me wrong. All those guys in that room, maybe with the exception of Trudeau, know that Zelensky is a clown, right? Zelensky, Trudeau can't see it because his level of clownliness is there too. So, you know, he can't see a clown because he's a clown. So anyway, he can't see that. So unfortunately, a clown, a very dangerous clown, both of them. And Zelensky is not as dangerous as Trudeau because Trudeau actually has more power than Zelensky. To a certain extent, he is in charge of something. The other guy is not. He's kept in charge. Obviously, if these guys want to show us how Trudeau really is, they could do it with the media in, I don't know, 2 hours. And they show how tarred and so on he is, but they won't. Okay, and the population, who some strata of the Canadian population, is very mesmerized with Trudeau's somehow, I don't know, behavior and looks and all that. Which, anyway, I didn't know that is one of the most important things why you elect a person, but I've been told that yes, that's one of the most important things. If you're handsome, I will vote for you. Oh, really? Okay, I thought you vote for... No. All right. But that's the democracy. That's the mass democracy for you. Well, if you have a level like that in the electorate, what do you want? They will vote because you look good and you're suave and you play the saxophone. Okay, you know who I'm referring to, right? Anyway, hey, yes, shut the... Anyway, and your brother does business in the Arkansas, whatever, governor's building with certain kind of... Just check it out. But anyway, he didn't do it himself. This is his brother, allegedly. I don't know. So this is with Lula. Lula knows this guy, and he refuses to play the game. And I admire for this communist doing that, because Lula is a communist. How we want to take it? Communist, not communist. At least he has ball and he respects himself. Well, not too many communists respect themselves, because if you're communist, anyway, he respects himself. And yeah, I agree. I have to give him a kudo. Here you have a kudo from me, Mr. Lula. Did not want to play along, and the guy felt it. So he needed to see. He didn't see me. He should be the one upset, not because look, I'm the star here. I made a video earlier today with an article saying that Zelensky was the star, the main star of G7. That was not the purpose of G7, you know. And again, watch that video. I explained why these guys are focused on the wrapping, not the product inside the wrapping. That's more important for them. So the same here. Lula said, you know what, I'm not going to play along. I know who this guy is. I have my own thing. And you either bring something big on the table, and that's not your dingy-lingy, something else, and we talk. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So, good for him. Now, that's how an independent country outside of the orbit of the big club functions. Well, he's gonna probably be the founder of the second club, the alternative to the first plantation, going to the next one. But over there, he's going to be probably one of the masters, instead of being here one of the slaves on the plantation cutting sugar cane. Okay, Brazil doesn't want to do that. I hope they don't do it anywhere and nobody does it, but unfortunately the world is ruled like that. So what can I say? Good job. And did you see Zelensky? He should be upset he didn't meet me. Ukraine, Brazil, Zelensky, and all that. So I think it got to his head, maybe, I don't know, there is not gonna, I don't want to say, I know prophecies here, but if he continues like that, he will be discarded. I put it in a very nice euphemistic way. He's going to be discarded by the big interest, because that's what happens when you feed something like this. It's going to turn around and bite you, because thinks that, hey, actually, I am strong. He doesn't realize that he's strong, or appears to be strong, only because all these guys that now he jumps to bite them keep him like that and portraying as being like that. It's a mirage, and not a fighter mirage, the mirage. Like Fata Morgana, like the one in the desert. Ooh, water! Ooh. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.